There are a ton of real estate professionals out there all competing for business. What if I told you I had a way you can stand out from the crowd? I'm Dan Gingiss with The Experience Maker. I help companies and audiences turn customer experience into the ultimate competitive advantage by getting your customers to talk about you in a positive way, whether through referrals, ratings and reviews, or social media. Let's take 5 minutes to learn about a system I developed called WISER, an acronym for the 5 steps to creating the kinds of experiences people want to talk about. Let's start with W. W stands for witty, which does not mean humorous. Humor can actually be dangerous in marketing because somebody might find it offensive. Witty is about being clever, using language to your advantage, and refusing to be boring. For example, if you skydive for a hobby, that might be your theme in marketing. Next is I. I is for immersive. Your goal is to create a consistent experience throughout your marketing process. You want your customers to feel like they're working with the same person or company throughout the experience. That means no negative or scary surprises. There are 2 ways to be immersive. One is to appeal to the 5 senses, where you can get people's attention quickly. The second is to appeal to their emotions. If you do that, you can create lasting relationships. Here's an example that has nothing to do with real estate, but can still be applied. Universal Studios right here in Orlando reported that they have many people standing in line for the Harry Potter ride, but with no intention of riding it. Why? Because the experience of walking through Hogwarts Castle and interacting with animated characters makes it worth the wait. Let's take that back to real estate. There are a lot of steps in a transaction and a lot of waiting between steps. What can you do to make sure the experience of waiting is useful and interesting? Our next letter is S, which equals shareable. Shareable is the end game because we want people to share. However, it doesn't happen accidentally or because you ask people to share a social media post. No one wants to be told to follow someone on Instagram, tag them, or share a photo. You want the sharing to be spontaneous. You want to create a moment in time where the customer can't help but share what you have to say. That means providing content that offers information about the real estate process that's worth sharing. It's about being intentional. Remember, people either share positive or negative experiences, and no one shares an average experience. On to the letter E, and that stands for extraordinary. This is about finding points in the experience that are ordinary and common with other agents and finding a way to take it up a level. It doesn't have to be complex or expensive. Many times it's about the little things, like a sparkler on a cake instead of a candle. Every restaurant sends out a dessert with a candle. A sparkler makes it extraordinary. Finally, we have the R. The R is about being responsive. After all, when people are talking about us, especially on social media or ratings and review sites, we want to be part of that conversation by responding to those compliments. Be engaged on social channels, post comments, thank people for their positive reviews, or respond with an apology for a negative one. Now that you're wise to the customer experience, you can be wiser than your competition.